Okay, so I was invited to play Fulda Gap 85 against someone. So I thought we're going to play this one, 7402 first encounter, but I thought it would be a good idea to go through the getting started scenario against the AI just to get familiar with the interface. And it has this associated PDF. So I guess I'll just start reading then. Getting started. This file contains instructions on how to get started with the Fulda Gap 85 software. If it is not already running, you should run the main program by clicking on the main program entry in the WDS Fulda Gap 85 program group. The WDS Fulda Gap 85 program group can be found under the programs list from the start button. If you prefer, you can print these instructions using the print button above. You will get about 9 pages of text and graphics if you do this. Okay, this is very basic. You can get more detailed information in the instructions below by clicking on the links displayed in the text. Doing so will display the associated help file for this topic. You can return to this help information by clicking on the back button above. Note, the modern campaign software is designed to run on displays with screen areas up to 1280 by 1024 pixels and with color settings of 16-bit or higher. By default, after the introduction, the main program begins by prompting you for the name of the file to open using the file selection dialog. Okay. These instructions will get you started using number 10.00 started.sen. In the list of files displayed by the file selection dialog, this should already be selected. Notice that a short description of the battle will appear at the bottom of the dialog. Then click on the OK button. Okay, so let's read the description. Getting started, the battle at Fulda. 10 turns, designed by John Tiller. The date is June 10th, 1985. It's a small area. Location, the town of Fulda, 60 miles east of Frankfurt. For play as NATO human versus the AI using the started.pdf quick start guide. Scenario briefing. After crossing the East German border in an early morning surprise attack, the Warsaw Pact's 8th Guards Army is advancing quickly towards Fulda, the home of the American 1st Squadron, 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment, and headquarters. The battle plans are well rehearsed, and the troopers from the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment scramble to their posts. The task is simple. The 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment must delay the Warsaw Pact long enough for NATO reinforcements to arrive. This will be at least 24 hours, and maybe longer depending on the success of the NATO air campaign. The next day will be grim for NATO. Recommended rules. Default. Artillery setup, recon spotting, virtual supply trucks, night fatigue, programmed weather, blocking helicopter elimination, low visibility air effects, counter battery fire, limited air recon, quality fatigue modifier. Don't know what any of those things are. I could guess, but I'm not going to. So pick NATO AI. Let's see if it says anything about settings. Here we go. So next, the AI selection dialog will appear. Since you are going to play as NATO, select Automatic with Fog of War in the Warsaw Pact AI group on the right-hand side of the dialog. This will cause the computer to play as the Warsaw Pact side. If you want to give the computer an advantage, you could move the advantage slider towards NATO side, but leave it in the middle for now. Move the advantage towards the NATO side? Or to the Warsaw Pact side? I think you move it to the Warsaw Pact side, right? Okay. Later on, you can also use this dialog to experiment with optional rules by clicking on the Rules button. For now, click on the OK button. Okay. The battlefield will be drawn on the screen, and in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, the AI action dialog will be drawn. No, not yet. Since you are the defending side in the scenario, the Warsaw Pact side will be the first side in each turn. The AI action dialog will appear when the computer is controlling the turn, indicating what actions are being performed. Since you have chosen Fog of War, you won't see the action of enemy units outside of our line of sight, and the description you see in the AI action dialog will be vague. Click the Step button to advance the AI, or to speed up the AI, click the Run button. Okay. When the AI completes its turn, your command report will appear in the lower right-hand corner. This will appear at the beginning of each of your turns to provide you with information about the status of your forces. Yeah, so that's what I see now. Notice in particular that in this scenario, you have the ability to fire artillery mines 3 times. This ability will be useful in your attempt to slow down the Warsaw Pact advance. When there are reports that indicate a specific location on the map, clicking on the report will scroll the map to that location. Click on OK to close the dialog. Okay, so if I click on this, is that... well, it's not... I guess that's not specific to a particular location then. In this scenario, you will play the part of the 11th Armored Cavalry, attempting to defend the town of Fulda from the advancing Warsaw Pact forces. You have a variety of forces, including armor, infantry, and helicopters, but will be facing a much larger Warsaw Pact force, and will have to fight a delaying action in an attempt to slow their advance. If you press and hold the Shift key, then you will see some labels appear on the map indicating some geographical features on the map. Okay, I guess close this. Holding Shift, not seeing anything. Nope, not working. Right? Yeah. Keyboard's working, Shift is not doing anything. What labels should I be seeing? In the middle of Fulda, you will see an oval with the value 100 on it. Okay, I do see that. This indicates an objective worth 100 points, which you currently own, but if taken by the Warsaw Pact, will give their side 100 points. Okay? If you click on the map, then units in that location, hex, will be displayed on the left-hand side of the screen in the unit list. Yes, that is working. The location on the map surrounded by the flashing square. The location on the map surrounded by the flashing square is called the hotspot. Flashing square. Oh, I guess the red square. And the unit list shows you the units in that location. Click on the location with the 100-point objective in it, and notice that in that location you have a helicopter unit and the headquarters of the 11th Armored Cavalry. Helicopter, yep. Headquarters, 11th Armored Cavalry, yep. Both of these units are fixed, indicating that they are currently not allowed to move. Yes. This state reflects the fact that the Warsaw Pact has attempted a surprise attack, and we have not had time to react. But the state will be automatically removed during the scenario, allowing you to move these forces. Okay? If you click on a picture in the unit list, then the unit becomes selected and is shown with a brighter picture. Yes. If you click on the picture again, it becomes unselected. Yes. Most actions in the game require that you first select units. Notice that if you double-click on a map location, then all units in that location are automatically selected. Okay, let's try that. Yes. It is important that you understand how to move helicopters in the Fulda Gap 85 game, as they will be an important part of your force. In general, all units have 2 modes they can be in: normal deployed mode and a special travel mode. For ground units, travel mode indicates that they are in column formation and can use movement by roads. However, for helicopters, travel mode indicates that the unit is flying. Normally, a helicopter unit must be in travel mode to move. You can use the travel mode button on the toolbar to toggle the state of selected units between deployed and travel mode. Okay. It looks different now. This is what the old interface looked like. It's that star icon. What's this? On foot. Let's see. Travel mode. There we go. Control T. Yeah. Click on the map location just to the lower left of the 100-point objective. Okay. Can we zoom? Yes, we can. Zoom. Oh, okay, that zooms. How do I... Okay, so it's you have to move your mouse. Can I do ASDF? Okay, so you can use the arrow keys to scroll, or you can move to the edges of the map. Okay. Click just to the lower left. Okay. Look in the unit list, and you will see that this unit is a scout helicopter unit, and that it is not fixed. Yes. You can use this unit in an attempt to determine what the enemy is up to. Okay. Select the helicopter unit and press the travel mode button. Okay. You should notice that the movement value in the unit picture is now followed by the letter T, indicating the unit is in travel mode. Movement 180T, yes. Likewise, on the map, you see that the unit counter has a white bar along the bottom, indicating travel mode. Yes. At this point, the helicopter unit is flying and is able to move. Okay. To move a selected unit, click with the right mouse button in an adjacent location to the unit on the map. If you do this correctly, the unit should move and a red arrow should appear on the map indicating the movement. If you don't click in an adjacent location, or if the unit is prevented from moving for some reason, then the program will beep and an error message will appear in the message area at the bottom of the program window. So if I click here, right, okay. And there's the error in the bottom left. Cannot move units to non-adjacent hex. Got it. Notice that you can continue to right-click in adjacent locations, and the unit will continue to move. Move the scout helicopter unit to the upper right-hand area of the map where we expect the enemy to be attacking from. Okay, so he goes down one and then up. So down one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you move the scout helicopter unit about the map, you may encounter Warsaw Pact forces. But since I was just taking a look at how many movement points I expended to move that far. It's not too many. But as you move the scout helicopter, you may encounter Warsaw Pact forces, but since you only have a scout helicopter unit, you should not attempt to attack the enemy, but determine their location and withdraw. I see. Okay, so where is he? That looks like here. To me, that looks like around here. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Oh no. Oh shit. Okay. So what? Should I go back and land? Okay, well there's the artillery that's in that picture. And I guess let's go back. Here? 36 Ts, yeah. Running low on movement points. What are these hex dimensions? User manual. Hex scale. What's the hex scale? Hexes. 1 kilometer hexes. Okay. Got it. And then each turn is 3 hours. Okay. If you click on other units you have in the town of Fulda, you'll notice that you have two other non-fixed units. In particular, just to the lower right of the 100-point objective, you have a mechanized infantry unit that can move. Yes. Notice that if you click in the unit picture using the right mouse button and hold the button down, then the picture will change to an alternative display showing you additional information about the unit. Okay. Yes. So you don't even need to have it selected. If it's selected or not selected, holding the right mouse button will show this alternative display. Here you can see that the unit consists of Abrams tanks and Bradley fighting vehicles. Mixed Abrams Bradley, yes. Does it tell me how many of each? 23 vehicles, okay. The various values displayed tell you information about the combat ability of the unit, and the list of names shows you the command hierarchy associated with this unit. Okay. The list of names shows you the command hierarchy associated with the units. I guess that's this. So this is a mixed Abrams Bradley formation. What size formation is this? Part of, I guess it's B Company of the 1st Battalion of the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment. 1st Squadron, 11th Army. Oh, 1st Squadron, not 1st Company. 1st Squadron, 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment in 5th Corps, part of the 7th Army. Is that 11th Armored Cavalry Division? No. Regiment. So it just goes straight from the regiment to the Corps, I guess? I don't know how that works. Okay. But I get the idea. Select the unit, toggle it to travel mode, select travel mode, and then move the unit to the upper right of the map. You can send this unit out to perform recon on the advancing enemy units. As you move, notice that the movement value in the unit picture changes color from white, indicating full value, to green, indicating 2/3 of the values remaining, to yellow, indicating only 1/3 of the values remaining, to red, indicating less than 1/3 of the value is remaining. It is important to note that movement points are needed to toggle out of travel mode, and if you move too far with this unit, you will be unable to toggle out of travel mode in that turn. Units in travel mode, except for helicopters, are more vulnerable to enemy fire, and so you do not want to leave your units in travel mode when they encounter the enemy. When you're ready, click on the next turn button to advance the turn. Okay, hold on. So I guess let's move this guy out. We know where they are. How do I hide units? Units off? Z. Yes, so clicking Z will remove units. So let's get them onto this road and then follow the road that way. So go to the road. Oh shit! Fatigue. Okay, so let's get them out of travel mode. Maybe get them into the woods? Can they go into the woods? Oh, they're out of movement. Okay. Okay. So, when you're ready, click on the next turn button. Well, what else do I have? Can I have anything else though? Maybe let's just stick to what they tell me to do. What else? Oh, I've got these guys. Should I move them up? Well, I'll just do exactly what I'm told. Click on the next turn button. Next turn is this. No, no, no. Yes, there we go. I don't need to save. So, okay. Turn 2, I guess. or turn 1. Units that have been released. 7th Army. Air units are available. Artillery, mine, ammunition available is 3. 1 out of 1 HQ out of command. Okay. Let's see what it says. You will be prompted to save the current battle in a file. Then the AI will perform actions for the Warsaw Pact side. During this turn, enemy units should appear. Once it is your turn again, you can click on the enemy units and get partial information about them. You will see that you are being attacked by a force of armor, infantry, and helicopters. So I guess close this. Helicopter, yep. And tanks, yep. Some kind of wheeled vehicle, scout vehicle, and BMPs, okay? There are 2 important actions you can take in fighting the enemy: firing and assaulting. Most units have a range of 1 and can only fire into an adjacent location. Okay. Some units will have longer range or have guided missiles and will be able to fire at a distance of 2 hexes. Artillery units will have an even longer range. The range value against hard, armored, and soft, non-armored targets is shown when you right-click as the value after the slash. The range. Okay, that's the range on the right there. So if I click on this one, he has a range of 2 against hard targets and a range of 1 against soft targets. This is my Abrams. He has a range of 2 against hard targets and 1 against soft targets. Makes sense. In this case, the unit can fire at armored targets at a range of 2, but non-armored targets only at a range of 1. Well, what about this helicopter? Oh. Oh, because it's not mine, I guess. So the helicopter can only fire against soft targets, or I guess this is my scout helicopter, at a range of 1. Do I have a... I do have this one. Okay, so this one can attack hard targets at 2 kilometers. Right, okay, makes sense. Note that you will use your anti-aircraft value and range when firing at either enemy air attacks or flying enemy helicopters. Got it. To fire at an enemy unit using direct fire, it must be within range and be in the line of sight of the firing unit. If you click on the Visible Hexes button in the toolbar, then all hexes outside of the line of sight of the current location will be darkened. Okay, so if I click on this one, Visible Hexes. This one maybe? Nope. What's this? Recon spotting. What's this? Visible hexes, there we go. Okay, so this is what the hexes the guy can see. Or that mixed unit. Got it. Clicking on the Visible Hex button again will restore the normal map display. Okay, what about this guy? Okay, he can see pretty far. Got it. Okay, and then this one. In this example, an enemy unit has moved next to our mechanized infantry unit, and we can fire on it. To fire, the program must be in fire mode instead of the normal move mode. To toggle from move mode to fire mode, hold the Control key. In move mode, the cursor on the map will be a cross, while in fire mode, it will be an aiming circle. Okay. Yes. So if I hold my left control key, the cross switches to like a reticle. Okay. To fire on the enemy unit, you select your unit, hold down the control key, and right-click on the enemy unit. Okay, so well, should I do it? I guess so. Oh. Do I? I'm not sure. How do I tell it to target the tank? When you fire on enemy units, you will get a fire report indicating... Oh, does it show me an error message? No units have been selected to fire. Oh, here we go. Okay, so you have to select your unit and then right-click and it'll give you this dialogue. So we want to put, I guess, the tank battalion. Ooh. Oh, not good. Okay. Did I get a report? I didn't get a report. When you fire on enemy units, you will get a fire report indicating the damage you did to the target unit. In general, each unit can fire 3 times during one turn, although artillery units are limited to firing twice. Okay. Moving in the same turn will reduce the number of times you can fire, however. To assault enemy units, you need 2/3 of your movement allowance remaining, a green value. Since this introduction will show you how to assault, take care only to fire once with any unit adjacent to the enemy during this turn, so you have the option of assaulting later. Oh, shit. Okay. I don't know. Do we move these guys up? Okay, so if I move here, well, that's within 2 kilometers. Switch out of travel mode here. Okay. One aspect of modern warfare is the... Actually, you know what I can do? I can load my save. Open? No. Okay. Cool. So is this still my turn? Do I hit end turn now? Is that it? Okay. So yeah, now we've got this. Oh no. Whoa. Okay, I'm not really sure what happened there. Maybe like an enemy... Some enemy fighter came in. Okay, well, I've got enough to assault. That's the important thing. Okay, so one aspect of modern warfare is the specialized weapons that are available. In particular, artillery units can fire chemical weapons and artillery mines. In this game, to enable the use of these weapons, you must first select the Use Alternative Fire option in the command menu. Okay. Where's the command menu? Use alternate fire, okay. After you do that, click on the artillery dialog button in the toolbar. Okay, artillery. Which of these would be artillery? Don't see any artillery looking icons. What's this? Yep, there we go. This will display the artillery dialog, showing you all of the artillery units that you have available. Notice that if you click on the Find button, the hotspot will be located at the unit's location. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Also notice that displaying the artillery dialog automatically puts you in fire mode. Yes, I have the target reticle as my default mouse icon. Enemy units that you can fire on have a red highlight around them. I don't see red highlights, I see yellow highlights. Maybe they changed that. When using normal firing, these are your valid targets. But in this example, you will fire artillery mines in an attempt to slow the enemy advance. Okay. Right-click on the map in a location that you can see near enemy units. Right-click on the map in a location that you can see near enemy units. This will display the alternative fire dialog, indicating your fire options. Well, okay, yep. This is where you will specify alternative weapons such as chemical and artillery mines. Select the artillery mines option to fire artillery mines into the target hex. Okay. This will cause a mine marker to appear on the map, indicating that the location now contains mines. No. Did it fail? These mines will affect the movement of ground forces moving into that location, but will have no effect on flying helicopters. In other scenarios, you can use chemical weapons to disrupt enemy forces. Finally, this introduction will show you how to assault enemy units. For this, you need a unit which has 2/3 of its movement allowance remaining, a green value, which is undisrupted. This is indicated in the unit picture, and it must be adjacent to an enemy unit. To assault, select the unit and right-click in the enemy location, just as you would to move into that location. If successful, this will indicate that an assault is pending with a graphic in the defending location. Okay, so okay, so there is some kind of mine icon. Oh. And then is this... No. How do I hide the units again? I think it was Z? Yeah. Oh. So I guess that's what the red thing means, that that's mined. Okay. So I click on him, and I right-click. Unknown assault odds, fog of war. Okay, so the assault is pending. Ooh, disrupted. So maybe he can't assault anymore? You can combine several units in an assault on the same defending location. But when you are through assigning attacking units, click on the Resolve Assault button on the toolbar. Okay. I guess because he's disrupted, he can't. Okay, well, let's... I mean, this is just like the Panzer battles. So if I go here, click him, move mode, bum, bum, bum. And then switch him out, move him there. And let's get him travel mode, bum, 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 bum. Let's get him here. Okay. That's a lot of vehicles in a small area. Let's get this guy. Can they go into the woods? Can they go into woods? Cannot. Okay. As I would expect. Okay. What else we got? Sure, let's get this guy. Put him in travel mode. Bum, 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 bum. Right click. Flying helicopters cannot assault. Can he attack? How does he attack? Okay, yeah, right click on the... You have to hold, yeah, hold left control and right click. So let's have him take out these mechanized forces. Oh, that's terrible. Terrible. Okay, what about the helicopters? Nothing. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this will calculate the combat results and display them. If successful, your attacking units will enter the defending location, and any remaining defending units will retreat. Sure. I've seen that before. Okay, at this point, you know the basics of how to conduct your battle to defend Fulda. Since the Warsaw Pact forces will appear in large numbers, you will probably have to withdraw to preserve your units. Your goal in this scenario is to delay the Warsaw Pact forces as long as you can. At any time, you can check on the status of the battle by using the victory option of the info menu. Okay. Info, victory. Total points 21. Outcome, Warsaw Pact, minor defeat. Okay. Victory values, minor victory is 150. Major victory is 300. For first side, Warsaw Pact. Okay, so the Warsaw Pact has to get to 300 to have a major victory. Right, got it. Got it. This will tell you the losses in the battle and the current objective point value. Feel free to continue the battle or save the game at this point and return to it later. Actually, I want to see one more thing. Is the trade-off between casualties and ground. So, vehicle point loss. So 8 vehicles is worth 21 points. So this hex is worth the equivalent of like 8 times 5 is 8 times 5 is 40. So this hex is worth 40 vehicles. This hex is worth 8 times 2.5. It's like 16. It's like 20. This hex is worth 20 vehicles to keep. That's how I like to think about these hexes. Like how many casualties can I take and still be ahead if I hold this ground? Got it. Okay. To get more information, see the following help files: User Manual, Main Program Help File, Scenario Editor Help File, Order of Battle Editor Help File. Got it. Okay, well, I am super glad that I went through this. This was super easy. Yeah, this is a good getting started thing. It's very short. Yeah, okay.